All right, so from what I understand about Vedic astrology, which is not much, this Wednesday there is an exceptionally auspicious haircutting date. Or Wednesday is an especially auspicious haircutting date. Like a very rare alignment of all the positive factors that determine whether or not it's a good day to get a haircut or cut your own hair, which is what I do. So if you can get a haircut, or you know how to cut your hair, and you're in need of a haircut, you didn't just cut it recently, then highly recommended. Not by me, based on what I know, but in Vedic astrology, highly recommended that you cut your hair this upcoming Wednesday. The reason being is that one, it's a Wednesday, which is associated with Mercury, which is called Buddha in Vedic, whatever the language is. Like that's the word they have for Mercury. And I don't know much. Again, I don't know much about Indian culture. I'm not an expert in Indian culture in general, but I think most people would agree that Buddha is well respected. That's what they call Mercury. It's the god of intelligence, kind of like functional wisdom. It's like intelligence. So if you groom yourself on a Wednesday, it is associated with wealth, prosperity, intelligence, and good fortune. So all those things you are attracting. And I don't think anyone would say that those things are bad things. They look like all good things. So yeah, generally Wednesdays are a really good day to cut your hair. But then you have to account for the other factors. So what lunar day is it? And it happens to be another auspicious day in that respect. So is the third day after the new moon, third day of the lunar cycle. They do fortnights. So from full to new and new to full, those are different fortnights, different lunar cycles. So third day of the lunar cycle is especially good for grooming, like cutting your hair and nails specifically, because it supposedly promotes growth, vitality, and positive outcomes. Why? I'm not so sure. But you definitely want to avoid the new moon and the full moon. There's a lot of negative energies, but by the third day afterwards, then I guess there's an energy shift, and when you cut your hair, you expose it to these sorts of positive energies. And that's kind of the idea. Like, you cut your hair, and then your hair is very spiritual, very energetic, and so it absorbs the energies of the cosmos, whatever energies are present. Very sensitive to those energies, whatever they are, and whatever energy is. Some of you might be wondering that. I kind of wonder that myself a lot of times, but I'm starting to get a better understanding. And then since it's the third day after the new moon, it's in the waxing cycle, which is also really good for supporting growth, vitality, I guess strength as well. So if you cut your hair, when it falls out, it'll grow back thicker, stronger, and healthier if it sheds, after this cut, which a lot of hairs do. Not more than usual, just like part of the growth cycle. So yeah, all three of those are aligned, which is really good. And then you have to account for like the fourth thing, which is like the other influences of the constellations and certain times of year when you're supposed to be more spiritual, you're not supposed to be as vain. Things always seem to come up, and so this fourth factor is like a real wild card, and it could tip the scales. Even if these three are aligned, it could tip the scales one way or the other. And it happens to be also really good. So the moon is in the constellation of Gemini, particularly in the Castor or Pollux, like two stars in that constellation that are especially healing or restorative. They're called the repairers, restorers, something like that. Castor. It's like the story of like two brothers, and one dies, even though they're like immortal, and like the one brother shares his immortality with the other one. And I don't know. So it's like it's a restorative kind of story, and that's the restorative kind of energy. And I guess it's specific to grooming. Like, it's good for grooming, good for healing, based on the stories and also the gods that are associated with that star. One is Jupiter, and that's Mercury. Like, so Buddha is their man in India, in Indian culture, but like Jupiter's like the main man. Like Jupiter's called Guru. Like it's the one that the god that came in the pre-Atlantean times and like taught everyone everything. So he's Guru. That's where we get Guru from what I understand. I might be wrong about that. But like Jupiter is the guy that had all the wisdom and just gave it to humanity. Like taught us how to do how to do herbalism, taught us about acupuncture. That's where we got all the information. Well, that's where they got all the information from. Jupiter's their guy. So this constellation is associated with Jupiter, and so that's going to bring renewal, abundance, return of the light. I guess it's grooming specific. Like it's good to groom that day, but that's good. Renewal and abundance. I think those are energies that we want to get infused through our hair if we're suffering from male pattern baldness, such as people like me. And then it's also associated with this deity named Aditi. I'm not really familiar with these other sub-gods. So she's the cosmic mother. I guess that's I should be familiar with that one. The mother goddess, I'm guessing. And so that's like a nurturing energy. The goddess of boundless abundance. So a good healing time, a good nurturing time, nourishment time. So these 4 factors are aligned. That's rare. I think it's rare. There's not like a day in the foreseeable future like this. So if you can cut your hair, do it then. And also like all these factors are present in the morning. You have to account for that too. Like sometimes midday it shifts to a different lunar day. Or in the morning it shifts to a different lunar day. And then like the energy turns bad. But in this case, it's all good through the morning, and the morning's the best time to cut your hair because like negative energies increase throughout the day and the afternoon. And so you want to avoid exposing your hair to negative energies. So morning's the best time, and it's all good in the morning, at least in Pacific Daylight Time, where I am in California. And then the way you cut your hair, I don't know if there's a particular, but like you should probably just scissor cut it, because I think like if you use the buzzers, the clippers, then like that just kind of like munches up the hair. And I just don't think that's good for hair anymore. Just do a clean cut. So I don't know. Might be a good day to experiment with cutting your own hair if you've never done it before, because it'll have a positive cosmetic outcome. The best possible cosmetic outcome, butchering your hair. But sometimes you get butchered at the haircut cutters anyway. So anyway, there you go. So free information for you. Cut your hair on Wednesday morning if you have the time and you are daring enough to cut your own hair, or if you just know someone where you can get an appointment pretty easily on Wednesday. So anyway, there you go. Free information.